Welcome to my channel, Pretty Inspired Decor, and welcome to part 3 of my series called Creating Christmas. That's what we decided to call our series this year because that was on the advice of our daughters who tell us that we create Christmas in our home every year. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you 3 different centerpieces. The first one is going to be made on this tray. Now, I really love this tray. My husband bought this for me for Christmas one year. He got it from Pottery Barn, and of course it looks like a sleigh, and it's just so pretty. So you'll need some kind of a tray. I am choosing to use snowflakes that are really, they're made out of felt. I bought them at HomeSense in Canada a number of years ago. So you'll need something to put on the bottom of your tray. I like to put something on the bottom of my tray just, to keep it cleaner and, just to sort of zhuzh it up a little bit. You will need some kind of a bow. This is a funky bow that I made last year. I don't believe that I made this on camera, but I will link one of my funky bows. I don't know if it'll be for Christmas or not underneath, so if you want to know how to make a funky bow, they are so easy and they are such a joy to add to your decor, so I will link that below. You'll also need some kind of beads, or I found these last year at Michael's and I know they have them again this year. These are just, little holly berries, and they're so pretty. So I believe I have 8 of these. You'll notice I have a lantern over here. You'll need something to go inside of your lantern, and I'll show you a little bit more about something different and odd that I'm going to put inside the lantern. And I'm going to use a snowman as well. I'm going to have him stand on a present, and these fabulous funky reindeer that I just happened upon in Urban Barn, and that's a store in Canada. I just laughed when I saw them. I thought they're funky and they're cool and they'll really fit this particular scene that I want to make. I will likely be using these Jingle Bells garland. You can get these at Michael's this year. I will likely be using these little tree lights. You can buy these at Pier 1. They're really pretty and they're kind of fun, and you're going to see what I mean by that. So I'm going to start off by laying these snowflakes on my tier, or my tray I should say, and I just sort of lay them out. This is going to be a very snowy scene. It's why when I saw those reindeer that look like they're covered in snow, by the way, it's snowing in Ontario right now as I look out my window. Lay those out, and then the first thing I will do is I will position my lantern. I think I'll put it on this side actually, that way you can see it better. So this lantern came from Pier 1 as well. I love this lantern. I love the color of green. It's such a beautiful, rich green. And what I'm going to put inside of it, this actually had cookies in it. And sometimes you can get really neat cookie tins. Well, this is an example of that, and I didn't want to throw it out. So I thought, what, I bet you I can use this for decor. And sure enough, I went, digging through all of my Christmas decor things, and I found these little wreaths. You could use them as candle rings, you can use them as whatever you like. I used to use them years ago on the back of my kitchen chairs. I used to have wooden kitchen chairs and not the acrylic ones I currently have, and they were really pretty. I put bows on them and all kinds of stuff, but they don't work on my chairs anymore. So you're going to see what else I'm going to do with these shortly as well. So let's just take this and pop it inside of the lantern, and then take this and pop this inside of the lantern. I'm going to have Santa sort of facing forward, but it's pretty, and the green of course is perfect for this lantern. So then I will close this up. That's so simple. Sometimes I like to do really nice scenes inside of lanterns, but for this one I thought I'm going to do something a little bit different. So after you do that, then I like to take these little berries and just sort of put them around. I just connect them. I just bend the ends over, open them up a little bit so that they look a little, more like real berries. Open them up and pop them on my lantern. I just love these berries. I remember when I found them last year thinking, okay, those are things I have to buy. I love the color of the red. They're a real true Christmas red, just so cheery. And of course they look like they have snow on them because they're frosted. And that's what I love about them, because they're just so pretty. So I thought for this scene, which I want to look like, Santa is outside in the snow, I thought these would be absolutely perfect for this little scene as well. So when I've got them on all four corners, then I like to add some down the sides as well. And another one I think I'll put on the front. I don't know about you, but my berry just fell, but I can fix that later. I love decorating lanterns. It just adds such a pretty touch to a table. I'm saying that you can put this on a table. You can, whether it's your kitchen table or a coffee table, wherever you want to put your lanterns or your centerpieces. They can go in a whole variety of places. I've made centerpieces for counters as well, whether it be a counter in a kitchen or a counter in a bathroom, whatever the case may be. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this funky bow that's pretty much all nicely fluffed out. This has really pretty ribbon, Let It Snow, and then this really stiff mesh ribbon. I just love this mesh ribbon. I can't find it anymore. I wish I could, but anyway, it's a nice bright white, and that's why I like it so much, because it looks like snow, like we have in Canada, for months at a time. So I will just tie this on the back of my lantern, tie it quite tight, and put a bow on it so that if I'm going to put this on a kitchen table, you'll have to see where I put this. You're going to have to come back and see where I put these. It looks pretty from whichever angle that you are seeing this particular tablescape or this particular centerpiece. So this is now done. I think what I'll do is, what I did is I wrapped a little present. There's nothing in it. It's a box. It's a really sturdy box. And I think I'm just going to have that sitting here and put Santa on top. And then I think what I'll do, let me take these little sleigh bells and pop these in as well. I love these sleigh bells. Again, the colors in it. If you're doing something traditional for Christmas in these traditional colors. And if you watch my channel, I like to use traditional and non-traditional colors. This year I have another, pink and cream and gold room with some soft greens in it. I also have a cream and a gold room that you'll see shortly. And of course my family room really looks like a treasure trove for children. So that's all in the traditional colors. And my kitchen is also in the traditional colors. So let me just sort of pop this in. Notice what I'm doing. Just sort of have it sweep around, pop it around Santa as well. Then I can take these little reindeer. Are they not the sweetest little things? Of course they shed like crazy, which, I don't care. Our house is like a glitter fest pretty much every day throughout the Christmas season. And if you've been watching my channel, I use a lot of glitter regardless of the season. And then look at these two little reindeer with Santa. The reason I have Santa standing on a box is because I think he was too short if I didn't have him on a box. So it looks like he's just standing on a gift. Now, I think maybe I will try to put these lights on because, like I said, they're pretty. I'll pop them on, make sure my battery's working. Sure enough, it's working. And, you know, I just kind of take these and put them through the ribbons. Because I think this just adds such a nice little festive touch. So I'll work on this and I'll be right back. So voila, the first centerpiece is done. You know, if you have decor items at home that you're not sure what you're going to do with this Christmas, try putting them on a tray. Try including a lantern, and I think you'll be surprised and really pleased with how it turns out. Now let me show you how to do something really simple that you could possibly add, you know, to this, or you could do entirely and separately on their own. So I have 2 candlesticks. These 2 candlesticks I bought at Lowe's. They do, I mean, in Canada, I don't know if, you know, if you can get them in any other country, like you can get them in the States or in any European country. I really don't know. Again, I have 2 more of these wreaths. Now these were actually too small for what I wanted to do, so I just took them apart, put a little bit of glue in here, and then used some wire just to attach them together again. And then all I do is just pop those on top of the candlesticks to make sure that they'll work nicely. And then I'm going to take one of these trees that I bought at HomeSense in Canada. These light up. Can't see them lit up too well during the day, and pop those on. Look at how pretty that is. So if you could actually put all of this together on a table, leaving this on a tray and maybe putting this on the table, or of course you could just use these 2 entirely on their own, because these 2 are enough. Or you could put these 2 on a tray and just maybe add some greenery to the tray, and look at how simple that is. Easy, easy, easy to make those 2, you know, little candlesticks and not have them look like normal, where you just have some candles plopped on the top. There are years that I do just add candles to this and I add other greenery, but this year I thought, let me just try this. I'll be right back and you're gonna see a whole other tablescape. For the 3rd centerpiece, I've started with a large tray. This tray is 22 inches by 17, so it's a large tray. This would be perfect for an island, or perfect for a large coffee table if you have a large coffee table, or maybe you have a small table and you really want, you know, the centerpiece to just be a wow for it. So I've started by putting snow, and this snow we buy at either Walmart or Canadian Tire here in Canada. It's a really pretty snow because it has some glisten to it. And you know, it really makes things look nicer. It's so inexpensive to decorate with this snow, and it's so pretty. I've also added a couple of picks. I've already done that in preparation, and I got these picks at Michael's. It's so pretty. It's you know, full of glitz, because you know I love glitz, and there's the red berries as well. I've also added some bells. I've had these bells for years. I think I got these at Pier 1, but I don't think they carry them anymore. And these ones I honestly don't know. I use stuff like this all the time in my decor just to sort of add a little festive touch. I also have some Pier 1 snowflake lights that I think are so pretty. Of course, I have a lantern. I'll talk more about that in just a moment. And I'm trying to create almost like a story for this particular scene. So you'll notice I have a Santa, I have a little caroler, and I have a little boy and a girl, and some bottle brush trees that you can buy at Michael's, and a whole host of, I mean, I've seen them at Canadian Tire, I've seen them at a whole host of stores. Bottle brush trees are truly in fashion now. So I started with this lantern, and if you watched my channel last year, you actually watched me make this particular funky bow. It was the first one I ever did on camera, and I made a mistake. I'll link that. It was actually kind of funny. I went, oh God, what am I going to do? How am I going to fix it? But you know, if you're gonna make a funky bow and if you make a mistake, I show you how to fix it really, really quickly. I've added some picks to the end and I fluffed it all up because again, I store all of this stuff so that I can easily and quickly pull it out. You don't have to take your funky bows apart. You can actually store them. And then of course, just like I said in the last video, I have tied it pretty at the back. So what I'm going to do is, you'll notice that I have a candle inside. This is a candle that I can run by batteries, and that's why I like it, because I don't have to open it all the time to turn on the light. I'm going to start by taking this little cupcake, plate. I'll add some snow to the bottom because I really want this whole scene to look like it's in the snow. So I'm just adding a little bit. I don't know how much I'll need. Take this and pop this inside. It's pretty to do that, right? It's just so pretty. Then pop that on top and close it up. Again, not a difficult thing to do. This whole thing, can be done in a matter of minutes if you have the elements. Add whatever you like to your trays, whatever you own to your trays. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop this in my tray about here. Just by itself, it's so pretty, I think. I like to keep the back of my lanterns standing up, and I just use these ribbons to make them stand up. So that's there. Then I'll just sort of scoot around this way. And I think I'll take my Santa and put him here. He's so pretty, so glistening. He's such a gorgeous Santa. Again, I can't remember where I bought that Santa because I've owned him for quite a while. Then I'm going to take my little girl and pop her in here. Then I'm going to take my two little ones. I'm going to call them Tennyson and Ayla after my grandchildren. I'll do that in just a second. Let me just pop a couple of trees in here. One tree in here. The nice thing about these working with this snow is that you can just kind of open them up and make things stand up nicely. Then I'll take this little person and pop it in the other side. I'll be right back. So you'll notice that I popped the trees in, and you'll also notice I've tried to do things in threes. So I've got 3 trees. I actually have 4 people, but I see this is 1, and then 2 and 3, and then I've just scattered some other things inside. Now I'm going to take these lights, and because I want it to look like it's snowing, I will start by putting the lights into my funky bow, and then I'm going to sweep some of it through the bottom. So I'll start by putting some up here. Again, easy, just take them and pop them right in. You can run them through your picks on the side as well. So I'll do that off camera and I'll be right back. This is the 3rd centerpiece, and you'll notice I've just strung the lights through, and I've also added some lights to the scene. And think how pretty this would be if you're in your home in the evening and you have the only lights that you have on are your Christmas lights and whatever candles you have going. How pretty this would be in the evening. And during the day when the lights are off, it still looks pretty and it's still a treat for the eyes. So I hope you really have enjoyed this part 3 of this series called Creating Christmas, and the work that my husband and I do to create Christmas in our home for our friends and for our family. I hope you come back for more. You'll be able to see exactly where these centerpieces are placed. And we have so much more to show you, so much more to wow you, and so much more that we think that you will enjoy. If you have not already done so, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and click that bell so you get notifications of future videos. For this Christmas season, I am uploading every Friday, and I will be uploading a few Tuesdays as well. So I hope you come back for more. Give me a thumbs up because you know that I like it. And until next time, bye-bye.